Apex is the flagship tier of the Eos family, offering the most sophisticated, comfortable, and customizable control surfaces for the professional programmer, and the processing power to support your most complex rigs. Like the rest of the Eos family, Apex uses the ever-expanding Eos software with powerful tools like magic sheets, color pickers, direct selects, the playback status display, fader configuration, as well as 3D programming and visualization with Augmented. Apex consoles feature powerful processing and a dedicated gaming class GPU that handles complex scenic and rig models with ease and supports beautiful 4K displays. All Eos Apex consoles feature 24K of output and share the same programming tools and capabilities, but offer different configurations for displays, playbacks, and target keys. With 3 sizes to choose from, the 5, 10, and 20, you can choose the hands-on experience to fit your needs and budget. A programmer interacts with their rig through touchscreens, hard keys, encoders, faders, and playbacks. Apex consoles are generous with all of them. Apex also gives you flexible connection options, helping you customize and future-proof your desk and lighting network. Let's take a closer look at everything you need to know about your Apex hardware. All 3 consoles include 4K displays for crisp graphics, making 12-hour days less stressful on your eyes. These screens have vibrant colors and a 160-degree viewing angle. The Apex 5 has a single 24-inch display, and the 10 includes 2. The Apex 20 boasts 2 expansive 27-inch 4K displays. The display panel articulates on 2 axes, allowing you to position your screens for transport, standing desk operation, or use at any other angle. If you're familiar with other Eos desks, you'll recognize the keypad of an Apex console. But with more space, we added direct access to useful functions and moved some keys further out to allow for future expansion. With the expanded keypad layout, we've moved functions from this section up to allow for future expansion and keys closer to the core. We've added commonly used functions to hard keys. We've added snapshot and fader, and over here near the keypad is offset for quick access. And that means we've moved undo up under your display keys. All programming keys are cherry red switches, and new key materials allow for brighter backlighting of the labels. The all-new keypad display is a customizable touchscreen at the heart of your programming. The keypad display is now the home of the soft keys, and the associated cherry keys feel like the rest of your programming buttons. The top part of the display can either hold custom direct selects or magic sheets. The screen also uses haptic feedback to maintain that keypad feel. Eos flagship consoles have always had 6 encoders and a dedicated encoder display. The category navigation keys have moved up above the display, including custom. Apex includes haptic feedback on your main encoders, which includes force feedback for your framed parameters. To get parameters on the command line, you can press the encoder button. In addition to the 6 main encoders, Apex includes 8 new MIDI encoders and 1 navigation encoder. MIDI encoders can be operated in 2 different modes. The first is extended, where your MIDI encoders show 2 more pages in addition to your main encoders. The second mode is independent, where your MIDI encoders operate separately from your main encoders. In independent mode, you can use the soft category keys to switch between categories, or you can use the navigation encoder. This is great for when you want to leave some parameters accessible while you page around on your main encoders. Each encoder is backlit to quickly tell what parameter is mapped to it. Eos family flagship consoles have always included haptic feedback on encoders. The physical feedback this provides allows you to keep your eyes on the stage and not on the touchscreen. Like the main monitors, the encoder display has extremely high resolution to help prevent eye strain. When selecting all of our displays, our engineers made sure each touchscreen had similar pixel densities to keep all the monitors looking fresh, even after a 10-hour day. Apex class hardware has multiple banks of 10 target keys with high-resolution, frameless displays and key travel designed to fit in with the rest of Apex programming experience. These keys allow users to customize their work surface while still allowing for the tactile response of a physical key. Apex 20 has 5 banks, Apex 10 has 4 banks, and Apex 5 has 2. Target keys are easily customizable. You can select any targets from direct selects. You can enable or disable flexi. There's also an arrow mode where you can set where the arrows are on the target keys. You can set your increment, icon position, and icon opacity. Each bank is independently configurable. Target keys bring direct selects directly onto the programming surface. Even the main fader pair has received an upgrade. The 60mm motorized faders are capped with 2 of the OLED keys, which act as load buttons, and also display the state of your playback. Apex playbacks have maintained a consistent feel with previous EOS consoles and wings, but have gained some powerful new hardware additions. Playbacks come in banks of 5, which share a dedicated haptic display to locally show the status of your content. And each Apex console gets its name from the number of playbacks on it: Apex 5, 10, and 20. Each playback contains the same short throw 60mm motorized fader and 3 configurable buttons. There are also dedicated fader paging buttons to keep you moving fast. New to Apex are the endless scroll wheels. Each wheel can take on additional properties of the content mapped to the playback below it, and the backlighting will change so you can quickly identify what is mapped where. The wheel can be mapped with things like global rate tools or effect sizing, and is detinted so you can feel the clicks and know exactly how far you have moved it. And because these are horizontal wheels and not posts, it's easy to run several at a time, just like faders. Each wheel is also a button, which allows yet another function that can be directly accessible for a playback. With content expanded to 3 playbacks, you'll have access to 6 faders and 12 buttons to map functions, giving you ultimate control of your content with everything you need directly on the surface. Every Apex console comes equipped with left and right book lights, which are warm white task lights that can be quickly called upon to illuminate the surfaces next to your desk. Great for reading paperwork or taking notes, you can control them through settings and recall them in brightness presets, or access them in the moment by holding down the displays key and adjusting their level no matter where you are in software. All Apex class consoles have a spacious keyboard tray and ship with a keyboard that has the same cherry switches as the console for seamless transitions between keypad and labeling. The keyboard is backlit and is secured into the drawer for easy transport. Also in the drawer are 3 USB-A and 1 USB-C ports, so if you have other accessories, they'll have a place to plug in. To do your work, you need more electronics than just the console. The Apex 20 and 10 consoles include an additional accessory drawer under the faders, with plenty of room for your tablet or phone. The drawer also contains 1 USB-C and 3 USB-A ports, and it includes the dedicated charging port right in the drawer. Because of its compact size, Apex 5 gives up the accessory drawer, but it keeps the dedicated charging port by moving it to the front of the desk under the faders. Apex has impressive programming capabilities, but it also brings huge upgrades in connectivity. Let's look at the back of the desk. Apex uses its massive Ethernet capabilities to drive huge systems and deal with backups, clients, timecode, and other session responsibilities. With shows and control networks getting larger and larger, Apex puts Ethernet at the center of your connectivity and gives you expansion possibilities that will take you into the future. All Apex consoles have 2 SFP+ ports, which support many module types for 10 gigabit speeds via fiber or copper links. This allows for blazing fast connectivity between core devices, and sleds are field changeable for easy reconfiguration. The SFP ports are accompanied by 4 gigabit EtherCon ports, which are independent interfaces, allowing you to divide up protocols or isolate multi-console communication. All ports provide PoE++, up to 100 watts per port, with 120 watts available across all ports. Even with Ethernet connectivity for days, Sometimes you want a local connection to tech out a fixture or busk a rig without a backup. To meet the ever-changing configurations that shops and multi-venue facilities encounter, we created the I/O Garage. Simply add up to 4 response show control gateways or Gadget 2 DMX interfaces and swap them out quickly and as often as you want. Local devices are just as important as your rig, and future-proofing shouldn't be confined to your network connections. Apex consoles have USB 3.1 ports all over the desk. On the front, on the back, left and right, in the drawers. You can load up your desk with wings and touchscreens and still have room to grow. And everywhere there's a USB-A port, there's a USB-C port to keep you connected to the newest accessories for years to come. The gorgeous displays built into the desk aren't your only view into the show. All Apex consoles support up to 3 external monitors, which connect with DisplayPort and can be up to 4K resolution. If your monitor supports DDC-CI, you can control their dimming within EOS from the brightness settings, giving you full control of how bright your console and your accessories are, and making features like extinguish even more useful. Apex 10 and 20 have 2 little light ports and ship with 24-inch LED goosenecks, giving you extra surface illumination to reinforce all the built-in task lighting. Apex 5 has 1 port and ships with a single gooseneck. Apex consoles have a universal power supply, and all desks ship with locking IEC cables to prevent accidental power loss from tripped over cables. The power switch is breakered for easy resetting and is recessed to prevent unexpected mishaps. Apex 5 and 10 come in under freight weight in a flight case, allowing them to be overnighted to the next stop easily. And that is a close-up look at EOS Apex. If you have questions, need more information, or want to book an online demo, visit our website at etcconnect.com/EOS. Thanks for joining.